Oh, hey, you caught me. I'm in the studio playing Guitar Hero like I usually do. Hey, we had a chance recently to talk to a real guitar hero. Check it out.
Hey, this is Joe Perry. I'm from Aerosmith, Boston, the town. You're listening to WRIF.
Now, you're playing in front of tens of thousands of bikers out there in Sturgis for their annual run out there. And what happens? Something breaks down in the stage, the sound went out. What happened there?
Well, the sound went out. Apparently, something. What we found out happened later was the transformer blew up. Actually, that was a little bit away from the stage, so there was really nothing they could do about it. But usually, when the power blows, it's a breaker, and the power can come back on. So, our back line, which was all plugged in, I make sure that all the guitars have their own power. So we were still able to play, and so we were still jamming. And nothing was coming out of the PA. So after about a minute of that, I realized I better go back and kind of get in a bunch so we can kind of close this thing, stop the song. And Steven was going to go out and do a little tap dance to entertain the crowd, and just wait and see what was going to happen. Maybe somebody get a bullhorn and say, well, we're waiting for the power to come back. So he went out, and the rest is on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's on the tape. And then so we waited for the power to come up. I had the microphone in my hand to go out and talk to the audience, but we didn't want to really make an announcement until after he was in the ambulance, so there wouldn't be like if everybody heard the show was over, they'd start leaving and blocking the exits, and we would have had a tough time getting them to the helicopter, which took him down to Rapid City and the hospital and all that. So,
and he's doing okay, or?
Well, he's okay. He didn't injure anything internally, but from what we understand, and they're still running tests and MRIs and everything, X-rays. They're still trying to figure out how bad it is, and that's why I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be the kind of thing they could strap him up tight like a mummy, and he could come out and sing, or it could be that there's no tour. I really don't know.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Guitar Hero, I mentioned this a little bit beforehand. I didn't see the bus out there. You got the Guitar Hero bus out there?
Well, that's my bus.
Yeah, your bus, right? But
they put the the picture up on it and all that stuff. It's kind of a little embarrassing, but I can bear it for the summer.
What do you think of like Guitar Hero and all this stuff? So now I'm hearing they're making this guitar to actually play on TV. It's an actual guitar, or they've made it or something.
I don't know. I haven't heard about that. All I know is that we've probably made more of an impact with the game than if we had actually put out an album.
Is that right?
I know a lot of the fans that would were, and myself. I want to hear some new Aerosmith music out there, but the amount of kids, the new generation that are hip to Aerosmith now, that were coming to the shows, were there because they heard of us through Guitar Hero, because there are all these great album tracks that never got played, we never toured with, and we never played live, and they're like brand new songs to all these kids. So. And they get to hear them over and over again because they're always trying to get through to the next level, so they got to keep playing them and playing them. And it's just another step in how the music business is changing.
Final question for Joe Perry: is touring still fun after all these years? You still get a big kick out of it, going live on stage and doing what you do? Yeah.
That's why I've got my fingers crossed. I mean, obviously, my brother in arms. I hate to see anything happen to him. Anybody. I mean, I hate to see anybody get hurt, but especially someone I know as well as him. But then there's nothing like the rush of walking out on stage and feeling that, and it's just an incredible thing, especially when you come to Detroit, man. I gotta say, and I've said it before, I've said it on stage. Detroit is like our second home. I mean, you guys took us first. I can remember leaving Boston, playing clubs, 200 or 300 people, and playing places 5,000 here in Detroit back in the early 70s.